Oh,
Okay.
hey, Melissa,
Yes,
I hear you have questions.
I do. I have money questions. I'm gonna just launch right into it. Show me the money.
Where do you see the money?
Show me the money.
Yes, please.
Everybody's gonna want to know about this because, as much as I'm like, capitalism, I'm like, oh, but I've got to live.
We do happen to live in this
Hmm.
society where money pays rent and feeds us, clothes us.
All that.
I know. So because of that, let's make some
Yes, yes.
money. Let's
Let's
make some
make
money.
the money.
Let's make some
Because
money.
it's fun to give it away too. Fun
Yes.
to
So
isn't it?
I, fun fact about not where I am currently financially, but back a few years, we had a lot of momentum building, 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 building. And then we got to a month that was the best month we have ever had in our business. And it was the fabled month of $62,198. And I say that because I love that we had a month in which that was the revenue. And I'm like, because if that's possible, if it happened once, it can happen again.
Oh, yeah.
And I, of course, was like, "Whoa, this is amazing. And we're going to keep doing this. And there's not going to be a pandemic or, because one of the things that I said, because we had this great membership, and I said, it would take hundreds of people simultaneously agreeing to leave our membership for it to
Oops.
decimate our business. And I actually said those words. And then 4 months later, 4 months later, it was March. It was
Ah.
March of 2020. And I got to experience what happens when hundreds of people simultaneously agree to stop paying for a membership. Like,
Mhm.
so I have to be careful what I put out there. Like,
Indeed,
I got,
indeed.
I got some powerful
Oh no,
fucking.
you put out the great stuff. Your
That's
eyes
right.
look so green right now.
Do
Oh
they?
my gosh,
Because
green for money.
because we're talking about
Ding,
money.
ding, ding,
Ding, ding, ding,
so
ding.
green.
Okay, because we're talking about money. So
Yes.
that aside, what I learned while money was so abundant in my life was that, oh my God, thank God I'm not an asshole. Because I had a fear that I was going to be like a sibling I'm related to and get money and then become Scrooge. Or
Mm.
perhaps maybe I was always Scrooge and then having money made it really obvious how Scrooge I was. Don't know. But I was very worried that I was going to become one of those assholes once I had any kind of money to spend. And instead, I was incredibly generous.
Mhm.
And I was very generous with scholarships and incentivizing justice pricing and things that like, it just gave me room in my business to do all sorts of things that felt correct for
Yep.
me in terms of values. Um, so yes, I love giving away money. I love having money to give away. I love being able to invest in accordance with my values. My chart ruler is Venus. That's very important to me. Yeah. And I love
I
talking about money because I think I work with artists mostly and creatives
mhm.
who tend to have a little wonky relationship when it comes to money and being valued.
All of that falls into
Where
that
do you
all
think
lines up
money lives in the chart, like house wise?
in the second house.
Second house
Um,
is earned revenue, regular paycheck,
mhm.
resources that are predictable. Yeah.
And my understanding is value and like I don't know, a sense of some consistency, what you can count on.
Yeah, consistency in
Ability.
especially what the exchange of value for value is in your chart and in your life.
Hmm.
Because that's all money is an exchange of value for value. We've just because
Right.
first of all, come on now, you do realize money, like time, is made up.
It's made up.
This is a little piece of copper that used to be, I'll give you this and then you give me a reading. I'm going to give you this feather and you're going to give me some food.
Right.
It's just what we assign value to.
Right.
So the fact that we go, these numbers in a spreadsheet mean,
Right.
I mean, so
yeah, it used to be an actual service and actually something that you needed to live.
that's right.
We need food.
That's
We
right.
need, you know, those kind of things.
Barter. Yeah. That exchange of value for value. Okay. But the second, so I've got a little house thing, houses at a glance. Second house, earned income, desires, your stuff, your values and valuables. Your enoughness also lives here, which is why tying your enoughness and your confidence to revenue is so easy to do because they share that Venus ruled vibe of second house in the natural chart. I also look at the eighth house. And in fact, I look at the eighth house more for my clients because I work with almost exclusively artists, entertainers, writers, storytellers, creatives, entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurs don't know where the money is going to come from next and how much of it is going to come in. And that's more eighth house stuff. Like you don't know. You're going to launch a program. Is it going to be a hit? Don't know. It's inheritance, taxes, loans, entrepreneurial investments. It's also shadows, the occult, sex, death. All of that is eighth house consideration.
The unknown types of money.
The
like
unknown.
I don't know. Oops. Oh gosh. Where did this come from? Or, oh my gosh, where did this come from?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Keith was on the phone with one of the government services that gratefully takes care of us in some ways yesterday and trying to explain to them, look, we had a lot of projects lined up and then the fires came through and decimated Los Angeles and a lot of the stuff we were working on went away and is not coming back to Los Angeles. So it's like they're not even looking to hire us when they do get things back going because they move to a different state because they can't rebuild here. And all of that is eighth house money either coming or going.
Right.
And that, like, it is unpredictable. How do you say how much are you planning to earn this year? The year that we had that month of the fabled, $69,198. I'm like, I didn't know that was coming.
Right.
Like that's eighth house stuff. Also, though, your career has 10th house, public life, power, ambition, reputation, authority, authority figures I've put here, and visible parent. This is a philosophy that I really love, that there's like a less visible parent and more visible parent, 10th house, fourth house. But then also the sixth house, because that's your daily life, the day-to-day working that you do. If you're an employee, you've got sixth house stuff. If you're an employer, you have people working in your sixth house.
And the things that you need to do to keep it afloat, like the day-to-day, the mundane, or the necessary.
That's right. So in prepping for this little conversation and the pre this talk conversation that we were having, you and I pulled up this, which is from a few years back, as evidenced by the copyright in the footer, the date 2022.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is a document, a workbook, little wrap up thing that I made for the Live Your Chart membership. And it's got 3 parts, and the third part has A, B, and C. We are not going to hit any of that. I just want to show this page 1, and I might scroll to page 2, but I want to show this page 1, which is we are looking at who are the rulers of second house, sixth house, and 10th house. And I know I was talking about the 8th, and we're going to get to the 8th, but second, sixth, and 10th are all the same element. And because consistent money feels good, we want to take a look at what is that element. And then there's a vibe that ignites your financial flow for that element.
Right.
So in like Because
I know
second,
what yours is.
you're looking at my chart on the screen right there.
Oh,
That's
well,
that right there. That cute little, let me see. Can I zoom in, zoom in, zoom in? What does it look like? Zoom. If I increase the size, can I do that? I can. What? That's my chart. That's Bonnie's chart right there. Okay.
lot going on up top.
Hello, Stellium Libra, Stellium Cancer. Hello. Okay. So second house, Scorpio, with a almost critical degree Neptune retrograde, which means it will always be a mystery how things happen in this consistent money house. Hello, started as a kid actor. My money has always been artist earned. Then sixth house, which is where my North Node is, Pisces. North Node says it's kind of hard to relate with this part of your chart because you're moving over this lifetime into this, which means making anything a daily practice is like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. And then 10th house, Cancer, with all of this stuff, including that cranky ass Mars in fall up there at the top of the chart where Mars hates to be, saying, look at me. This is where all my stuff is up here at this Cancer 10th house. And it's like, yes, but you got no freaking support with this second or sixth all be in the same element, girl. And if you did, you would be able to align with trust that the money is always going to come. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I don't like that note. I don't like that note at all.
Yeah. Well, that also makes sense. I mean, I know just because what I know of you and the things that you've publicly shared. Yeah, that's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. So looking at, I want to also look at your chart because we'll get a couple
vastly different.
we'll get a couple of the right. We'll get a couple of the elements taken care of that way.
Yeah.
You have a Leo second house with some pretty opinionated planets placements there. Okay. Sixth house, Sagittarius.
Right.
Give me an adventure. Make it fun.
Don't pin me down.
Don't pin you down.
Don't pin me down.
And isn't that funny that like the day to day is supposed to be pin you down because it's every day.
It's not funny. Ha ha ha. It's funny like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's funny, like hilarious. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, we share that. We have mutable sixth houses.
Indeed, we do.
They're not so happy with that. And then your 10th house, boom, Aries.
Yeah.
Pick me. I'm going to go out and do it right now.
Yes.
So you've got fire in the 2nd, 6th, 10th, which means follow your passion. There comes your money. But if you're not passionate about it, no.
Yeah.
But here's what's also true. We want to take a look at the rulers of those 3 houses. So stay in on you for a second. Ruler of Leo, the sun. Ruler of Sagittarius, big old Jupiter. Ruler of Aries, Mars. So if I've got this cute little table that I made here, so you and I both have Jupiter and Mars at our table, but I've got the moon and you've got the sun. So,
my gosh, that's right.
So hang on a sec. All right, now, big ass Jupiter with all the optimism, cranky ass Mars going, let's fight. Let's cut a bitch. I got sweet little moon going, beep, 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 and the moon for me is the one at the top of the chart with all of the energy and in this huge, scary gas ball of a room. Because remember, I've got water elements, and it's saying trust. And that little moon's like, I trust my bed.
Right.
Okay. You have these 2 plus the sun instead of the moon over here.
It seems so.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It also explains why I probably sometimes can't get shit done. No, I get a lot. That's not true. I get a lot done.
We both get a lot done, but let's look at like what would help. I don't know, Saturn,
For
like
sure.
some boundaries, some order, some rules. Mercury, some clear communication and detail oriented pernickettiness. Maybe Venus, the freaking planet of money, being at that table at all would be helpful.
Yes. Well, but we both have, but we got some Venus going on.
We do both have Venus going on. That is true.
Mhm.
That is true. That is just for this little demonstration here. I'm just saying we got to consider that this committee with you sitting at this area right here, I say meet with this little committee on a Venus day or under the Taurus moon or Scorpio moon, because the Taurus Scorpio axis is a money axis in your chart. But any day that's green, because that's going to be Venus ruled. So Friday, Venus day, or any other day that aligns with the green energy in chart harmony. And I'll share a link to Chart Harmony 101 where you can get like which days do what kind of color coding and all that. But meeting with these regularly, like you would your team in your business, and saying, how are we feeling about the money situation? What are we doing to generate consistency in the revenue? Because remember, that's the reason we're looking at 2nd, 6th, and 10th is because it's consistency. Why are you laughing? Why are you
I'm laughing because I'm looking at that table and I'm just like, oh my God.
How do you hold that meeting?
I don't know. I don't know how I hold the meeting. And then anyway, I'm looking at all the other things and really like this one's at this one and then Chiron and I mean all that stuff. And then with a Cancer, a moon rule chart's like, oh, this is kind of scary. And all the fire's like, come on, come on, come on, come on.
You just described it perfectly. You have a Cancer rising, therefore moon ruled life car and chart. That nervous little moon goes, you want me to
do a podcast? Write a book?
Yeah.
Lead a workshop?
All of the above. Yes, correct. Be seen. Uh-huh. Yeah, we want you to follow your passion. Get out there in public. And the little moon's like,
oh, not me. Or maybe the moon is excited about it one day, and then 2.5 days later, it's like, no. Oh, now I'm excited. No, crap.
So I know we're both in an 8th house perfection year because we are the same age. And I'm already looking toward my 10th house perfection year and kind of like planning for it because that's going to be a moon ruled year. And I'm like, how do I ever get anything done for my 10th house with that moon rulership? I mean, she's so little, she's so sweet, but she's so worried.
But the moon's also so powerful.
She's incredibly powerful, which is why getting in touch with the moon through the signs that she moves, like you said, 2.5 days, we get a whole new relationship with the moon by sign, but we also every 4 days get a whole new relationship by phase. Because that's also, think about a balsamic moon is terribly quiet, low, slow, small.
Yeah,
Don't look at me, compared to full moon. It's like energy. Look at me. Bright, 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 bright. Performance. The show is on. Curtain up.
What moon phase were you born under?
First quarter, problem solver. Or in the words of poet and scholar Vanilla Ice, if there is a problem, yo, I solve it.
Air sign.
Air sign, right?
Thinking it through,
thinking
talking it out,
it out.
thinking all the stuff. Okay.
Problem solver. But that means every time we're in a first quarter moon 13 times a year, I'm having a phase return and I'm able to go, okay, get back in that, like roll up sleeves, problem solve. Like right now it's Libra season. We're in Capricorn moon. We're in a first quarter moon phase right now. And so I'm in big problem solving, roll up the sleeves energy.
Right.
Because it's my phase return.
Yeah, I'm certain I don't take advantage of that enough. I definitely look at, and mine's disseminating.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of moon phase were you born into? And you've got coming up, not your, ooh, you're almost at last quarter. But yeah, you're in a disseminating phase. Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, it's a disseminating phase because it's in the same element. I mean, sorry, it's in the same modality, but not quite. Like if this were the next day and the moon moved to like 25 degrees, 24 degrees, it would be close enough, but then the sun would move too. So being born the next day wouldn't help you phase wise. But what I'm saying is you've got too far away moon from sun to be a last quarter moon.
Right.
But you are a disseminating moon, which is good because the disseminating moon is coming off that full moon, and a natal disseminating moon is, let's take stock, let's look at what worked during that full moon, let's look at what didn't work, because the full moon's like a show. And so the show then has to have okay, let's put everything back where it goes, let's bring the cast together and have a post-mortem. How'd the show go? So it's not a problem solving moon phase, but it is a let's take stock phase, and in a less frenetic energy than the gibbous, because the gibbous is like, we got a show coming, and the disseminating is like, okay, we did the show, but it's not yet taking a break.
Is it like after action report?
Yep.
I love an after action report.
Well, that's why.
Every time.
Yep.
Love it.
Okay. So yes.
So
yes.
2 elements.
Yes, I know. So yes to all the things we could be looking at for the money story, because I also have other documents that I pulled up, which I want to make sure to show this one, which is Venus is our money planet. If we have to pick a money planet, it's where's Venus in your chart. That is going to be a big part of your money story. And what is the condition of your Venus? Is your Venus in a sign she likes being in? Is your Venus retrograde? Is your Venus out of bounds? Like how well is your Venus afflicted like mine, which means being attacked from all fucking angles? Like, what is your Venus's story in your natal chart? And can you connect with Venus in mundane astrology, in transiting stuff, so that you have an even better relationship with Venus than you may have been born with? And for me, I'm always doing Venus chart harmony rituals, planetary remediation, because my Venus is my chart ruler and she's afflicted. She's got some issues in the natal chart. But you may lead from your Jupiter and not know it when it comes to your money stuff. And so this is just a really good side-by-side checklist of when you are dealing with money things. Are you going with trust and luck and playing the lotto over here with Jupiter? Or are you doing I'm magnetic. I pull it to me with ease, like Venus, the receptive, magnetized manifester does. And so faith in the unseeable is the Jupiter level of trust. Trust in all we see is Venus's. She's a material girl. She's got no problem with that. She also loves the woo, meaning not woo woo, but I mean that too, but she loves the flirt. Jupiter screams, more, let's party, have faith, have seconds. What could go wrong? Oh, don't go to bed, it's just getting started. And Venus whispers, you're worth it. Trust me? Yeah, you can have it all. You deserve it. My beauty is a gift to all. You're welcome. So if you're like, oh, I don't connect with any of this Venus stuff, then you definitely want to do some Venus chart harmony, or you may even want to do 44 days with Venus, which is my on-demand course on connecting with Venus in meaningful ways for 44 days. And if that sounds like, oh my God, I wouldn't even know where to begin with that, then you need it. Because it does make a difference. Okay, so let's go I'm using the London School of Astrology tool here because I'm going to be able to rotate risings. Let's start with our Aries rising because that's what we always do. If you've got Aries rising, let's look at the 2nd, 6th, and 10th houses. That's going to give you Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So earth houses. And where with earth, we've got putting in the work is what is being asked of you in this 2nd, 6th, and 10th. You are going to feel, whether it's true or not, you're going to feel like you are doing things that help align you with money when you put in the work, because earth signs in the 2nd, 6th, and 10th. Mm-hmm. If you are Taurus rising, you've got Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Mm-hmm. So air signs on your 2nd, 6th, and 10th houses. And that means talking it out. Talking it out. Talking it out. As soon as you get an idea, don't start putting it together. You need to instead start having conversations about it. Let all the extra ooh, that kind of work its way out so that when you do go to put in the work, you don't bring all those scattered little fragments of ideas. Moving to Gemini rising, we have water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and that is trust. I know Gemini's like, wait. Trust? I don't like that. It's not that Gemini doesn't like trust. It's like Gemini always wants to know, well, what else? Just trust.
That's all. Shh, that's all.
It's just, no second choice. Just trust. Yeah, Gemini's like, no, not a fan. Cancer rising. Of course, this is lovely Melissa. We have Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So we go over to fire and we pick passion. Passion. If you're not passionate about it, you're not going to monetize it. Then we've got our Leo rising, which brings us back to Earth with Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So again, putting in the work. If you've got Leo rising, you want to take the stage because you're Leo rising. And yet you got to put in the work because your money houses say, put in the work.
That's really interesting as I've heard you talk about this. I mean, all of the things that I know, I'm like, oh my God. So the one driving your life car is like, it's not quite, it's not that it's not in alignment with, but it's challenged by then the next step. Here's who I am. I popped in this way, but in order to, like, the very first thing, well, great. Okay, in order to do the things I need to do in this lifetime to have some stability and to take care of myself are going to be a challenge.
Exactly.
Not in a bad way, but you know what I mean, like a different part of our personality.
But that's the houses in general.
Yes,
we start in the first house. This is our your you-ness, my me-ness, our ourness, our usness. We are born with that first house ruler, driver of our life car, that whole relationship of just let's go. And the second house is where we learn the earliest thing about there are toys, there are value things that I value. This is mine. Like if you think about the second house is materialism, one of the first things we learn is don't snatch that. That's not yours. Be nice. Don't take, share your toys. We're taught a lot of things about, well, you put your things away. Like what the things that you value are your valuables, and also where you get your enoughness comes from how were you parented at this stage in your early development. And then when we get to the third house, we've got siblings and cousins and a social life. And now, because now we're going out into the world and having to build relationships, and we're having to communicate, and we're having like early childhood education. All of that gets layered on after we've learned the stuff that was earlier in this quadrant. And as we go around the chart wheel, we are actually progressing in almost like astrological age.
Right. Developmental.
That's
yes,
right.
like chronological and hopefully and developmental.
That's right. Which is why when we see people try to create long-term relationships before they've made it to the seventh house developmentally, they tend not to last because they either create a one-on-one relationship with someone who's helping them with parent issues, or helping them with, oh, that feels so good to be so risky and frisky, and we have that I'm in my 20s sex life, or they're trying to make a day-to-day family, no, we can do this. And it's like, wait until you get up here into the seventh house of what it is to partner and what it is to be in a balanced I see you kind of relationship, because then that makes all the other stuff easier to do. I could do that for like every one of these houses. We could see where the stunted or the arrested development version.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that at some point.
See, there we go. Another idea. All right. So back to our Leo rising,
Yes.
Making it real, putting in the work. And yes, you are very passionate as a Leo rising, but you also have to make sure that the work is going to get all the way to the finish line. Virgo rising gives us air. This works pretty well. This one I actually like because a Virgo rising is already Mercury ruled. So they're going to be into the like, let's chat it out thing. And they're going to have the advantage of a second house, sixth house, 10th house that is air sign driven, which if we go back over to my list here, it is all about talking it out. And so that works for the Virgo rising and that Mercury rulership in a way that the other Mercury ruled rising, which is Gemini, doesn't, because Gemini doesn't get an air sign workout. It gets a water sign workout, which is trust. Right. And it's like, no, I need more choices. Libra rising has water for the 2nd, 6th, and 10th. Trust. And Libra's like, trust. Okay, sure. I can do that if it pleases someone else. Then we have Scorpio rising, which has Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. So here's our Scorpio rising saying, I want to get to the depths of things. I want to make sure that there's information that I hold and that no one else is aware of. And then it says, follow your passion. And Scorpio's like, but if I follow my passion, then I am revealed. I don't like that.
Right. Because that's exposure, it's like above the surface. All that.
Exactly. Then we get our Sagittarius rising with Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Sagittarius rising, and I just told you put in the work. What do you think Sagittarius rising thinks about that?
Not fun.
Fuck that noise. Put in the work. Be consistent. I'm sorry, what? I'm Sagittarius rising. I got stories to tell. I got adventures to go on. What are you talking about? I know. Capricorn rising. The goat says, I'm ready. Let me climb. And then we're going to need you to talk about it first. And Capricorn's like, no, I got it. I'm ready to climb. It's like, but talk about it first.
Right.
So they don't love it, but they'll do it. Aquarius rising has that trust water relationship again. This one's a little easier.
Yeah.
That Aquarius rising is like, sure, whatever, trust. It's all an illusion anyway. I can do that. And then Pisces rising gets a fire of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius for being consistent and putting in the work. I don't know, Pisces rising, how's that feel? Yeah, Pisces goes, I can be passionate about that.
Right. I mean, Pisces feels a bit like it has the wisdom to know that there are different ways to go about it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And also what we're seeing is as we get later in the signs, we have more mature approaches to the other signs.
You've been through them.
Because you've been through them. That's right. Exactly. Okay. So I want to show before we part ways on this, because I think we're going to have to do at least part 2 of this. I went to page 2 of this money story, which is this axis of the 2nd and 8th house says. Now, we already did 2nd house because of 2nd, 6th, 10th being the same element. I am now coming back to the 2nd house and saying, I want you to look at it with the 8th house. Because that's when we first looked at this list of houses and at a glance, I said, 2nd house is paycheck. 8th house is I don't know where the money's going to come from. It's contract work, freelance work, a client. I did a bid for it. I got paid in a lump sum, or if it is spread out, it's spread out from a lump sum that we've chosen to try to make look a little more second housey, even though the money is actually eighth housey, or eighth house-ish. There's a modality that is shared. Whatever your second house is, your eighth house is by modality. And that's where we get cardinal, fixed, and mutable. So for me, I've got Scorpio Taurus. That is a fixed second, eighth. And that means I need to make a commitment and stick to it and be consistent. I don't like commitments, Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
Commitments limit my options.
Yes.
And I can leave anytime I want. That's like one of the rings that I wear on my stack of wedding ring, engagement ring. The one in the middle is the one that was given to me when I first moved to LA by a friend of my mom's best friend at the time, gave me this ring at the Goodbye Bonnie dinner party and said, if you ever need to get out of LA, hawk this ring and you can come home. And so that ring represents I can get out of here anytime I want. And Keith's like, I really don't like that you wear the I can get out of here anytime I want ring between our two rings. And I'm like, you nervous?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Maybe it'll help him get out too. You never know.
The therapist in you is being so diplomatic. I'm like, I'm watching you go, Bonnie, please, that's not healthy. Take that ring.
No, it's seriously, Jonathan and I are coming up on 3 years of marriage. 6.5 years we've been together. And I'm telling you, up until the wedding day, I was like, it's not too late. It's not too late. And I'm not afraid of being left.
No, that's not
I've
it.
always been the leaver, which I'm
Same.
not bragging. I'm not bragging about that.
No, it's not good. I owe people. So I screwed up some people's lives really young. I hate that I was
the word you're looking for, amends.
I need to do amends to some
Oh my God.
young men, and I wrecked them. I'm sorry.
Well, we both have the fixed in those places, the second.
Because you are Cancer rising, which means you've got Leo and Aquarius. So we are alternating
cross days
on our second and eighth.
How much do I hate commitment?
A lot.
I mean, it's different now, but I don't like committing to, like, what are you doing this Friday? I don't know. Why are you asking me that? What if I don't want to do it?
Right. Because we go on our gut and like all that. You're Cancer rising, my Cancer stellium. It's like, that's what I don't know how I'm going to feel by Friday. Why are you talking to me about Friday? Talk to me on Friday. I'll tell you how I feel on Friday. Maybe.
So in looking at all of these houses that we've just discussed,
yes,
there is remediation, support, etc., that can be done by element.
Definitely.
And remediation / support that can be done by modality.
That's right. And I didn't go through each. So let's quickly take a look at that page one last time, and then we'll come back to wrap it up. Cardinal, if you've got cardinal signs, second and eighth houses. So that's going to be if you've got Aries, Cancer, Libra, who am I forgetting? Capricorn on second, eighth axis. Just take the lead, get decisive, get intentional, just take the lead. And even though you may have a rising sign that's going, I don't know how I feel about that. If you want to get that money flowing, got to make some decisions, make some shit happen. Just be in charge. If you've got fixed houses for second and eighth axis, which means you've got the signs of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius on the second, eighth axis. That's that commitment thing that Melissa and I are going to practice. By the way, we are incredibly consistent and committed to showing up for this.
It's amazing. It really is. It really is.
Like, we got a thing. So we've been working out the muscle for that, being consistent, being committed.
And do you know what? it's also it's fun and it feels like a good right thing to do. So that's helping out our like first house stuff.
I think we allow it to lean into our life car pretty
Yep.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the fact that we've got two of the same planets at our executive conference table.
That's true.
And then the other seat is either the moon or the sun.
The luminaries. So
Like we're very similar in that.
yep. Yep.
Yep, yep. Okay. And then if you've got mutable second and eighth houses, and mutable means Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces on that second eighth axis. You got to catalyze change. You got to focus on the process. And this may feel like shit to your fixed rising sign because you're like, I don't like all that flitting about. I don't like that mutability. You know, mutability though is the key to a mutable second eighth axis being supported and feeling good because it's got to be different, at least in process, if not in what the world sees. And so this is where I say, even if you want to deliver to the world a very consistent brand, you've got to have something that is gamified or constantly shifting behind the scenes so that you don't get in a rut financially.
Right. It makes so much sense.
So these things that I pulled out, I told you before we started recording, but I'll tell the world, I had created a course called Where's My Money?
Did you write it in all caps?
No, I didn't.
Did you tweet it in all caps?
No. I do have to say, menopause Bonnie likes all caps a lot more than pre and perimenopause liked all caps. I get it now.
Lots of exclamations.
Lots and lots of. Yeah, I get that now. I get the yelling. I get it. I didn't get it before. But I never launched this course. I got somehow underconfident about it and put it away.
Oh.
And I'm
Oh
looking.
my gosh. Yay. And so this is the sun at the conference table going, this is brilliant. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be your cheerleader. How fantastic.
So you're going to make me finish it and put it out of the world.
Yeah. I'm going to just cheerlead you through it.
I'm like flashing back to legit 3.5 years ago, being on a walk with Keith, because this is pre-Mala. So we were just walking to walk, not because we have a dog that needs to walk. So we did that. Now when we walk, he still walks without the dog, like, because he loves to walk, but we were walking and talking through things. And I was like, which of the offers do I want to get off the ground next? And I listed off 5 things that I was working on in the Chart Harmony business. And this was one of them. And we ended up picking something else as the whatever took the lead at that point. I don't remember which now. Oh, no, that's not it. Doesn't matter. Not the point, Gillespie. Okay, we'll move this back up in there. What are you mentioned before I went back to share for a second that there are opportunities for doing some remediation based on element and then based on modality. And then I would add to that based on where your Venus lives natally.
See, and I can support you with some of that.
Well, thanks.
Like you can support me with a lot of the Venus stuff. Although mine is it's, fourth, but it's in Libra.
It loves being there. Your Venus is happy.
Absolutely. So, but part of the way might be in connecting with people who have different strengths and balance and give and take, and you know what I mean?
So now you're getting into the other on demand or live course. I couldn't decide, was I going to do it as a live course or was I going to do it as an on demand? The other one, along with Where's My Money, was Made for Each Other, which is the compatibility course.
Oh my gosh, that's it.
Made for Each Other. MFEO. That was the acronym in our business, and as we talked about it and planned it and put it all together.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's brilliant. And I think it would do well up there at the top of your ideas.
I'm gonna have to get you access to my ideas list so that you can go, oh my God, all of them. And then you see why I stop. Because it's like, it's too many. It's too many. What are you working on? What are you working on? What are you excited about?
Is it okay if I send you mine?
Yeah.
My 70, I do. Never mind. What am I kidding? I'm not, who am I kidding? You get
Yes,
the
it's
things
okay.
already.
It's okay that you do this because you already do. Yes.
What am I working on? I talked to some people at a really cool witchy place yesterday called Aroma G's, and it's in Nashville. And I went in because I had a gift card and I just hadn't ever been in there. And I'm doing the Lilith astrology workshop this weekend at a retreat. So I went in for inspiration, a few different reasons, and I met these people who are just lovely and they were having so much fun. And I thought, wait a minute, I do this for a living. Maybe I'll share with them what I do. And they were so excited. They were like, we don't have anyone doing any of these things. We don't have anyone doing like in person astrology 101, 101. I mean, just some very basic things and some, I don't know,
I love
readings.
it.
Talked about, I can't believe I didn't wear my shirt. I have a shirt that says Team Lilith, period.
You'll be wearing that this weekend.
Yes, with some other things.
Of course.
So I obviously pants.
Dang it. I thought it was a long t-shirt with you cinch it. You know,
Yeah.
back to the Forenza Express, the Express. Did you have that? Did you have the Forenza sweaters with the V down the back and the whole, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So those kind of things. I'm doing a lot of crafty, creative types of things. It is really interesting to see the creativity and the enthusiasm and the sun and the excitement and I'm going to bring this in, and then the caretaking part, and also Lilith in Leo, and then also my moon in Taurus, just like, okay, I want people to be able to taste some things and feel some things and, the cared for stuff. So just really working with all of these different places.
I'm very excited.
Me too. I'll let you know how it goes.
All right, let's vibe up all of this creation energy and the joy of doing it, and also the awareness of how fantastic it is when folks connect with something they are also excited about.
Right.
Like, that's part of why we love astrology so much, is because we get to see people go, oh my God, I get it. I get it. Like, they connect with themselves in a way that they may never have before. And that's really
right.
beautiful.
Even in therapy. Truly.
I love you.
Love you too.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.